Showing up every single day is the challenge in itself. Consistency is what takes you from being good to being great. Better to show up every day being good than occasionally show up being great. The real secret to success is small actions every single day. And there's a real powerful belief you can build about yourself when you just stick at these things day after day after day. So we are 28 days from when we're filming this until the G1M Ultra Marathon back in Texas. Now last year I did this race and what an experience. It was one of the most surreal races I've ever done, mainly because it was 40 degrees in temperature and I've never ran or really been in those conditions before. So we're going back into this year with a very different attitude and I'm so excited about this. The most important part of any training block in a race is the becoming, is the journey to the start line. That's where all the important things happen. And for me this year, the most important aspect of that has been consistency. I've ran every single day this year. I've not taken a day off running since December the 27th, I believe. Most days I run and I lift, and I absolutely love that. However, today we are running and then we are cycling. We're cycling in a heat suit though. So as London is quite cold and Texas is quite warm, we have a 4-week heat acclimation program that we have to adhere to make sure that when I start running in Texas and it's a lot warmer, I don't just completely melt in Austin. Later today, I'm gonna be putting on the heat suit, which basically just traps in all that heat and unfortunately all that sweat into me, and we cook ourselves basically whilst on the bike. It's probably the most uncomfortable session I ever have to do, but it is what it is, it needs to be done. Saying consistency is one thing, being consistent is a complete other game. This is the best preparation I've ever had for a race. And by committing to running every single day, that was my hard line for this year, is I'm going to run every single day. No matter the distance, it could be 3 kilometers for all I care, but doing that every single day, it's just holding myself to a standard, which has allowed me to get fitter, get better, get faster. Going into this race has given me so much confidence in myself. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. Because not only does it make you fitter, better, it creates this element of belief. If you've done everything you said you've done, you've kept a promise to yourself that you're gonna do something, it just means that when you turn up to a race, you know you've done absolutely everything for. It's a very different game then. Running in Texas is obviously really fun. It's a cool place to be in the world, and I'm so grateful that I get to be a part of BPN and compete in this race. The downside of it being in Texas is really bloody warm. London, as you can see from the fact I'm wearing a woolly hat in March, is not warm at all. In order to get my body used to the heat of Texas, like I did last year, I have to do a lot of heat training in the lead up to it. Now, 2 weeks before the race, I'm going to Austin. I'm gonna have some time there to spend in the heat, running at the hottest point of the day, get my body used to that. However, I'm a man of science and data. Well, this is a core device. It goes into the side of a heart rate monitor. This measures your skin and your internal core temperature. And basically what it does, it allows you to track and see your progress towards heat acclimation. When you're in hot conditions, your body has to spend so much energy cooling itself down. So if you can make yourself really efficient at cooling yourself down, it just means that come race day, you're able to perform a lot better. So today we're gonna wrap up in the heat suit, get on the bike and go for a full heat session. They usually last about an hour and 15 minutes. It takes about 30 minutes for your core and skin temperature to get up to temperature. And then you basically sit at a certain heat zone and you just cook yourself basically. It's utterly disgusting because the heat suit I've got to wear is horrible. It just wraps everything in, so it forces your body to deal with the heat instead of cooling yourself down through sweat and through getting out your skin. All right, I've been on the bike for about 20 minutes. Whilst I'm sweaty and I'm already hot, I'm gonna show you that my skin temperature isn't actually up to the desired temperature. So we need to get our core temperature and our skin temperature a lot closer together, around the 38 degrees mark, for us to be in the right heat zones to train at. I'm gonna put some layers on now, and this is gonna get incredibly uncomfortable for the next hour for me. I'm still in heat zone 1 out of the 4 heat zones. So as soon as I keep going, get to zone 2 and zone 3 today, and just sit at that level. Heart rate 127, which isn't exactly that high. Zone 2 for me feels more like zone 4 because I'm struggling on my breath. I am covered in sweat. I just sniffed some water on my nose. It's horrible. Right, core temperature 37.9, close to target of 38. Skin temperature is up at 36 now, which is great. So we're top in the zone of heat zone 2, not cardio zone 2. Again, this isn't about pushing the body hard on cardio. It's just getting to a sustained output, getting the body used to feeling like it can't cool itself down and just staying in there. As hot as this feels now, nothing will feel hotter than this race last year. Midday start time, 39 degrees Celsius, and absolutely no tree coverage, no wind, 9% humidity. That's the hottest I've ever felt, let alone the fact that I had to run 102 miles in it. This year I want to make sure I absolutely smash this heat prep. Time. Managed to get up to 2.8 on the heat strain. Core temperature 38.2. Skin temp 35.5. I've had that a lot higher last year. So what I need to do for next session is wear some more layers, getting something a bit thicker on there, try and trap more heat in. I can feel a lot of the heat leaving through the neck and the arms. So this one's not the best, but also I can wear some more layers underneath. I really want to be trapping as much heat as I can in, and probably should be wearing a hat as well. Good first session. I'm happy with that. Again, what's important is gradually increasing, but it's not 1 or 2 sessions that make a difference. It's building up, ramping up as we get towards Austin. Yeah, feels good. This is exactly how we're feeling running around laps in Texas, so I'm happy with that. Consistency does not mean I have felt good every day. As a matter of fact, most of the sessions I've done, I haven't performed that well on. Most of them I haven't been up for. But the thing with consistency that most people seem to get wrong is that you don't have to be consistently great. You don't have to feel great every time you do a session. It's okay to not feel good during the process. If you're waiting around to feel good for anything to happen, like you're gonna be waiting a pretty long time, because most of the time, day in, day out, I'm doing these sessions, I'm working hard, I don't feel amazing. I don't feel energetic, you know. I'm hammering calories and carbs and caffeine in my system just to get me moving through these sessions. And I'm looking back now and I'm seeing so much progress in the last 3 months simply because I have shown up every day. So whatever it is you're chasing after, whatever you're going for at the moment, set some hard and fast rules about it. Say I'm going to train X amount of times a week, and then train that many times a week. Say you're going to go to bed at a certain time, go to bed at a certain time. Don't say you're going to do something and then don't do it. Like, that's how you break the promises to yourself, you break your trust, and that's how you break your own self-belief. But set some standards for yourself, start living up to them, and the next thing you know, you will massively exceed your own expectations of what you're capable of. Who knows? Maybe you might find yourself running laps around Texas very soon as well.